By popular demand, here is the evil Ultron. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So a couple of days ago I made a video about the Avenging Angel Mask, and some of you guys had some great suggestions about characters who could recreate using that mask. So tonight is the night of nights. Tonight we'll take a look at the Avenging Angel Mask again, and a few styles that you guys have suggested. And the first one is our friend Ultron. I'll show a couple of variations on Ultron. But basically, if you use the silver chroma neon, the silver neon chroma material, you can create and pretty much any chest piece and pants pretty much would do the trick. The one piece you really need is either the Orion headpiece, which you can see right now. It's the Astro helmet. I have a video about it if you want to know how to get it. So it's one of the helmet that kind of works well to recreate our friend Ultron. The one thing is that you can see the neck; it leaves the neck a bit uncovered. So you probably are going to need a chest piece that does cover the neck, unless you don't mind having like a lot of red showing where the neck is. And the red is much needed to be able to show the eyes and the mouth of the character. So there's a whole bunch of chest piece and pants that would do the trick, but here I'm using the all-long chest piece and pants. For the belt, I'm using the bionic belt. The shoulders, that's the main man shoulders. The gloves and the boots are the retro tech. So as you can see, it gives us a pretty cool looking version of our friend Ultron. But there is an alternative. There's one. So again, as I said, if you don't mind having the neck exposed, or if you have a chest piece that can cover the neck, this works well enough. But even then, you can see there's still quite a lot of red for the neck. Oh, and for the skin, I'm using the glowing skin in order to be able to get the glowing eyes and the glowing mouth. But let's take a look at an alternative. Somehow the Flash headpiece works well enough to recreate our friend Ultron. Obviously, the wings on the side are not exactly what our friend Ultron had in the comics, but it's still pretty darn close. It still pretty gives the illusion of our friend Ultron. And it gives us a bit bigger eyes and more red for the mouth. So I kind of like the Flash headpiece a bit better, and it does cover the neck of the character. For example, if I was to use the Astro helmet, you can see that the neck is pretty much exposed. And here the chest piece and the pants I'm using is Sector 3601. So it gives us a pretty cool looking version of our friend Ultron. Obviously the pattern on the chest and pants are not exactly it, but it's close enough that people would understand that this is Ultron. But the steel neon chroma material is pretty much the main ingredient, that and the Avenging Angel Mask. If you want to create something a bit more like the movie, you may want to decide to go for a bigger body size. The smaller body size evokes Ultron from the comic a bit more. If you want to evoke the Ultron from the movie, the bigger body size works well enough to do that. In the movie, they made him much bigger and taller. So this body size evokes that a bit better. But this is pretty much the same thing. The only thing I'm not using here is the main man shoulders. For those of you who may not have seen my previous video, you can see our friend Brimstone in the background in the armory. Next we have Dormammu, I've come to bargain. It's not exactly it, but it's as close as I was able to get. Basically, I'm using the wizardry style for the chest piece and the pants. The back piece is a dystopian Amazon. Obviously, I'm still using the glowing skin. I think I use the glowing skin with pretty much all the styles. For the boots, any number of boots will do the trick. With the pants, you barely see the boots anyway. I was trying to create the classic version of Dormammu, and I failed miserably. This is a version I saw in comics from the mid 2000, I think. It's not a bad version of Dormammu, but I'm not sure about it. I'll let you guys decide. I'm sure you guys will have suggestions on how to improve the styles. Just do so in the comment section down below, and we'll see if we can make maybe a follow-up video at some point. This video pretty much exists because of your comments, guys, so bring on your suggestions, and we'll see what we can do about doing better styles. Another style that you guys have suggested is the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I couldn't exactly reproduce it, especially the headpiece. There were quite a few variations in how it was represented in the comics. But this is about as close as I was able to get. I saw some versions where he looked a lot more like this with a lot more black. So you decide, either you put the skin black like this, or you keep the skin orange to suggest that he's on fire. For the chest piece, I'm using the Star X chest piece. The gloves are the Main Man gloves, the Lobo gloves. For the waist, I'm using the Laughing Knight waist. And I'm also using the Laughing Knight for the back to add some extra chains to our friend Ghost Rider. The pants is the jean pants that I've put black, and I'm using the biker boots. So it's a pretty cool approximation of our friend Ghost Rider. And I tried in my previous video to create something kind of looking like Venom, and I failed miserably. I have a hard time finding a chest piece that kind of looks like the pattern that our friend Venom has. I thought the skeleton chest piece would do the trick, but not really. And I'm using the black neon chromo material to be able to get some nice black, and for the white to be nice, bright, and shiny. For the gloves, I'm using the Aeronaut gloves, so to sort of mimic. There was like some white splotch on the hands of our friend Venom originally, so the gloves kind of help reproduce that look. And I'm using the corrupted aura. I wish I could use the bigger body size, but I don't want to change body size for those videos. So sadly, try to imagine the bigger body size I used in my previous video with this style, and it would kind of work. I've seen people use the Aero Strength chest piece to try to reproduce our friend Venom, and I don't like it. I understand that it's in order to try to recreate the white pattern on the character. It's one of the few options that kind of looks like the spider on Venom's chest, but I'm not too crazy about that. I wish at some point we get a better option than this. An option would be to use the stealth material to make it look a little bit more like the movie version. But if we use the stealth material, it means we won't have the spider motif, the white spider motif on the chest piece, no matter what style we use. Another option, I guess, would be the ink material. Not bad, but I'm not sure about that. But it does help to sort of mimic the fluidity of the Venom costume when it changes appearance or shape. So you decide which option you like better. And some of you guys suggested AntiVenom. This is as close as I was able to get. Here I'm using the New Genesis chest piece. I kind of like it, but I guess I would have to experiment a bit more to try to get maybe a better version of our friend AntiVenom. And last but not least, our friend Carnage. It's not a bad looking version. I'm going to show you the name because obviously I'm going to mispronounce that. It's the Aegis of Azarath. So that's what I use for the chest piece and for the pants, because it has some sort of texture on the chest piece and the pants that kind of works well with our friend Carnage, I find. And of course, I'm using the Void material. The Void material is one of the few materials that you can change the color. So I thought to recreate our friend Carnage, that would be a good option. Obviously, if you don't have the Void material, you don't have to use it. Even without the material, it works well enough, as you can see. But you decide, either you go with or without the material. But the Void material is a bit pricey, so a lot of you guys may think it's a little too expensive. But if you can afford to, I would suggest try it with the Void material. I guess you could try with other red materials, like here you can see with the first material. The Red Phoenix material. I tried with the Magma material, not really. The Lava material would work a bit better, I think. I kind of like the effect with the Nuclear material. Here we have the Red Obsidian material. Not too sure about that one. Here we have the Pulse material. It does look a bit freaky. I thought the first Chroma material could be an option, but there's a little too much white in the style in order to be able to create a nice looking Carnage. Here we have the red vinyl neon chroma material. Not too bad. In the end, with our friend Carnage, I think I would stick with the void material. If you guys have any more suggestions, just give your suggestions in the comment section down below, and maybe we'll make a follow-up video based on your suggestions. If you have any questions, also ask in the comment section down below. I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. But there's starting to be a lot of you guys asking questions, so if somehow I don't answer your question right away, I made roughly 2,000 videos about this Universe Online at this point, so if I don't answer a question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answered your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.